Go.
All right, what we're here to do is do a vinyl liner presentation. A lot of guys ask about doing a vinyl liner. We don't have any presentation stuff, and this is going to be the first one that we're going to be getting out. With the vinyl liner, we want to start with the general pull scope. The pull scope is great because not only will it help you find the leaks in the vinyl liner, hear the leaks in the vinyl liner, but it will also help you if it's around the return, around the fitting, around the light, skimmer, etc. So what we're going to do is do a demonstration real quick. And what we do is we start with our pull scope. Again, it's heavy. We could drop it in. 90% of all vinyl liner leaks are at a radius where the floor meets the wall. And with its weight, what we could do is we can literally walk it around listening. I'm going to be quiet for a sec so I can actually listen. And at a very slow pace, you want to keep it steady. You don't want to shake the mic too much because that will create noise. If you do get over something, what you want to do is literally let it stop and get on top of it. I'm not on anything now. I'm just doing it as far as the demonstration is concerned. While you're walking out the pool, what you can do is when you get to a skimmer seam, base plate, you can listen on that on the way around. What you could also do is drop it down into the skimmer and make sure you have no cracks on the bottom, or if it's down in the pipe or at a 90, you'll actually hear it when you drop the scope right down in the line. Here it's pretty silent. Again, keep walking it on the radius. When you have a double radius, what you want to do is you could literally drop it out, walk it out, let it drop, lower your volume whenever you're dropping the microphone, and then you could literally pull it in a couple of inches, let it sit, volume up, a couple more inches in, let it sit, volume up, and again keep doing that to the whole deep end. When you have a leak in the vinyl liner, it's going to be down in the deep end or down in the shallow end for that matter, you're going to hear it even from a distance. So what you can do is you could always drop your mic, pull it over certain distances. Again, whenever dropping the mic, lower your volume. You don't want to hurt your ears. We could listen on the dual drains while we're actually down there. Actually, I'm going to pull it over across and do a demonstration on how we can listen on both in one throw. We literally throw our mic out, let it stop, pull it to where you want to pull it before raising your volume again. Here we're going to be right on top of that grate. Let it stop, raise your volume. Dead silent except for these wind chimes. Lower your volume, pull it back over to the other drain. Lower your volume, then pull it back up. We're going to listen to a return line right here. Well, right around the return fitting as we hear it. Then we could drop it down to our radius and again walk it out. Remember why I walk the radius is because 90% of all those leaks again are at a radius. It's the weakest spot. Big Hollywood star. What we also do with the general pool scope is listen on these step seams. In this particular, these steps, they were plastic and somebody obviously plastered over them, and they did a pretty good job. They used Diamond Bright and it looks pretty good. But you always want to check the vulnerability of the seams. And again, we just drop our mic and we could literally listen along the whole thing, drag it across. Silent. Okay, so we did the radius. Now we're going to do the step cutouts because they're always important to listen to. Again, using the hydrophone, the pool scope. We're going to, I like to come right up the track. Lift it, and then just slowly walk it out. If there's a leak there, it's going to hum on you. Bring it around. on this particular leak right here, we have our loudest noise, and which we're going to introduce and listen to right over here. And I'm going to show that with dye right now. Believe it or not, that noise is echoing in this corner. So when you're at the same level, watch the pool scope. When you're at the same level and you bring it over, you're just as loud here as you are at the eyeball, and it's just because of just an echoing sound. So what you really want to do is just make sure and go over everything in this area to make sure there's there's no two false positives. I'm sorry, not false positives. There's not two separate leaks. There's not two separate issues. So again, we heard what we heard. It's around this specific return. It's at about 7 o'clock on that return. We always back ourselves up with dye when we hear something, because you want to be able to see exactly where it is. So if we can get this on video, we have a little pinhole over here, and there you go. And that's how you find leaks in vinyl liners.